Steps we are taking at Nest Seekers offices to ensure your protection and safety. Access to the offices will be limited on a daily basis from Monday the 27th of April 2020. You can contact your manager for more information on office hours in advance. All offices will receive sanitisation and deep cleaning in advance of opening. Offices will also be stocked with PPE, which includes face masks, hand sanitisers and gloves, desk covers, sanitising wipes for keyboards, and additional cleaning materials. You will notice signage displayed on alternate desktop units. These are being put in place in order to maintain 6 feet or 2 metres office distancing regulations between you and your colleagues. Tape will also be used to create clockwise walkways and left to right traffic flow at the offices. Signage will be displayed in common areas and back areas on responsible practices and the new rules in place. A social distancing leader will be assigned per office to maintain responsible practices. The responsibility to sanitise the office every 3 hours will fall to this person, along with ensuring all guidelines are adhered to by agents at the office. We ask you to be aware that all non-essential meetings should continue to be held online. Please do not bring clients or visitors to the office. Finally, we will have a sign-in and sign-out sheet for agents to sign, confirming that they have cleared and sanitised the workspace they were using. We would also like to remind you of the following personal responsibilities as issued as best practice by the World Health Organization and the Centre for Disease Control. All vulnerable individuals should continue to shelter in place. Members of households with vulnerable individuals should be aware that by returning to work, they risk bringing the virus back home. Therefore, they should continue to shelter in place or take extra measures. Avoid public transportation and commute by personal means if at all possible. Intense personal hygiene, such as washing your hands on a regular basis, has to be maintained. Avoid touching your face, nose and eyes. Sneeze or cough into a tissue or inside of your elbow. If you feel sick or have any symptoms, stay at home. Don't take any risks. Always contact your medical provider. If someone in your house has tested positive for the coronavirus, keep the entire household at home. Do not go to work, do not go to school, and again, contact your medical provider. If your children are sick, keep them home, do not send them to school. Finally, always be aware of your local and state orders regarding coronavirus-related restrictions. Safely getting back to business. As deemed allowable by your local and state orders, remember that when meeting with clients or the public, precautions and social distancing has to be respected. Do not shake hands and always maintain your distance. Equip yourself with the essential PPE when visiting any properties. Wear face masks and gloves at all times. Bring them to open houses and meetings with you. Keep utilising video conference for non-essential business. Consider virtual closings and use an online notary service if available. Let your clients know that you will continue to service them and that you can continue to market their homes using an incredible array of available technology. In order to do this effectively, we would like to share the following tips and recommendations for virtual showing and creating great content that you can share digitally. Know your audience. These are not cinematic property videos done by professionals. These are designed for live streaming and quick social media content creation. Be the expert and know the listing. Develop a narrative about the property. Describe the features and the highlights in your own words. Having set lines or a script will help to keep you on track and help avoid stumbling over words. Plan the walkthrough, check for obstacles. Make sure you have a clear walking path and plan out where you will focus the camera in each room. Know the highlights you want to capture. Run through this a few times, making any adjustments needed. Remember, practice makes perfect. Practice also allows you to focus and interact better with your audience when you feel comfortable with your surroundings. Put yourself in the mindset of the customer and what they would like to see. Always do a test run with a colleague or family member virtually and ask for their feedback. Check the lighting and the focus. What looks good to you may look terrible to the viewer, especially in low light or full sunlight. Think about what you will say and how you will say it. Be careful not to exaggerate or make false claims about your listing. Be on time. Log in 5 minutes before each virtual session to troubleshoot any connection or PC issues that can arise. While you can schedule open homes with a group virtually, we recommend that you set appointments for each customer, allowing them to tour alone with you. This will allow you to build a connection and deliver a more personalised service. For your equipment checklist, we recommend that you decide on what you're going to use, be it your iPhone, a camera, the type of microphone, and if additional lighting is required. Always clean your lenses, especially if you're using your phone. Make sure everything is fully charged and ready to go. Test your devices and make sure that all of your equipment and connections are operating effectively. We recommend that if you are streaming online, test and make sure your Wi-Fi is working and that you have a solid connection. Use an external microphone wherever possible to improve the sound quality and distortion. If the customer can't hear you, the exercise can become pointless and frustrating. We recommend also that you use a gimbal or camera with stabilization qualities to improve the overall image. Common mistakes. Not being prepared or familiar with the property can be detrimental to your video. Not knowing how to use the equipment effectively and automatically. Not knowing how to deal with technical glitches. Always pay attention to what you're filming. Always highlight the best. Don't give the viewer vertigo. Let them experience the property with mindful, slow pans of the rooms. Make your presentations a great experience for the viewer. Consider the visuals and the sound quality. Always use a quality microphone with a windshield device, especially if you're shooting outdoors. The viewer needs to hear your commentary above anything else. In summary, we predict that virtual technology and online showings will increasingly be used moving into the future. This is our new reality. To set yourself apart, we recommend that you invest in the equipment and setup that you want to use. A small investment can go a long way and have a profound effect on your marketing efforts. Finally, if you feel you need more help, take some online courses that will show you how to vlog and how to compile brilliant video content for social media and live streaming. For in-person tours, open houses and showing guidelines, we ask that you check with your local manager and be aware of the restrictions in place relative to where you live and work. If showings are permissible, remember to follow your local guidelines, CDC guidelines, and always utilise additional disclosures and documentation relevant to COVID-19. Some examples of guidelines include limiting your showing to less than 3 people at any given time, or considering only allowing one buyer group to tour the home at any given period, ensuring that guests maintain social distancing of 6 or more feet apart, requiring potential buyers to wash their hands or to use an alcohol-based hand sanitizer immediately upon entry into the home, providing PPE wherever possible, including booties, gloves and masks. Always check with your client before using any cleaning products in their home. Always recommend that your client disinfect their home after the open house or viewing. Remember, you are allowed to ask individuals whether they are sick or have been exposed to someone who is sick, or if they have recently travelled before touring the home. However, to avoid fair housing concerns, we recommend that you always direct such questions to all potential buyers, clients or tenants on an equal basis. Over the past number of weeks, Nest Seekers has been working hard to increase our digital resources. We've invested in new systems so that our agents can continue to expand their business and transact on a virtual basis. Some of the changes and new resources include the following. We've increased digital accounting resources. This includes online deal file submission and electronic payment of commissions. We've increased our website resources, including guides and coaching materials. We're now doing all of our training online, helping to connect agents in all regions. We have overall improvements in our website functionality. We've increased video conference and call conference resources, and we've invested in social media reach and expansion, and we've improvements in e-blast functionality and delivery systems. All of these measures that we have taken to improve our online digital resources will remain in place for the foreseeable future.